in this country.
All right, these first couple clips were recorded on Tuesday, and they're not really typical Jesus Charlie style, so I wanted to kind of give a heads up and an introduction to them because it was kind of a spillover from Weekend Review. I went over to Wonder Root and I was trying really hard to get the newest episode of Weekend Review from Jake, and so I recorded a bit of that, a couple of choice clips. So those are going to be the ones that start this episode, and I wanted to include them because, usually I would have been out for a walk at that time, but since I wasn't, I thought it was kind of cool that I was able to document what I was doing instead. So, with that in mind, here you go. Yes, I am recording Jesus Charlie right now. It's Tuesday. I don't know what time it is.
How the tables have turned.
Oh, how the tables have turned. This is a sacrimonious interview. This is sort of like sneaking away with a lever behind your lover's back.
This is episode 13 of Weekend Review.
This is episode 13A. This is an appendices, an unreleased appendix, which is to say it hasn't burst yet, which is to say Stephen King can't call shit on this. So Jake and I are here at Wonder Root. He did a set. Unfortunately, I came after. As usual, I come late. He comes quick. No one's satisfied. We end up just having to just And so here we are. Me and Jake.
Can I tell you about my set?
Yeah. Do you want to walk a little over to the side so we can get away from this dying comic, this man, this bomb, this human bomb?
This show's been pretty good so far.
No, I think so. Actually, everyone's jokes were hilarious, and the community. I can feel the community.
Yeah, it's like.
Wait, where are you going?
Huh?
My bike's right here.
You said you wanted to walk over here?
Yeah, let's go back.
This place hasn't changed a bit, man.
Let's just go back. Let's go back where we were.
Good old Wonder Root.
Yeah.
Felt sentimental, and I was really stoned myself when I arrived and ended up going up second. And
was it almost too much?
No. I was kind of nervous, but I felt it was fun, There was like 10 people.
Fun,
There was like 10 people in here when I went up. So.
Did Sarah not come?
No.
Where is she, back at home?
Yeah.
Do you have your computer with you?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Well, I mean, we could walk back to her house, right? I could accompany you? Or is she, waiting in wait for you?
No. I mean, it's like I'm smoking a cigarette right now. I wanted to see, the end of the show. And she let me borrow her car.
Oh, you drove here?
Yeah.
It's not that far.
What do you want to go back there? I mean, I'm going to go back there.
Oh, we don't have to. We just, I guess, need to find a table or something, right, for your computer. Because
not necessarily.
The reason I'm here tonight, this is very abnormal for us to meet during the week, which is, again, is another reason why it kind of feels like sneaking away with your mistress on the weekend or something. But I have to get the episode of Weekend Review from you. Because you're Mr. Irresponsible over here.
I'm not irresponsible. I finished, I had lunch with my dad today.
Okay. So you spent an hour and a half doing that.
Just like 2 or 3 hours.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 4 hours because I still don't think you have a good excuse.
I'm just.
Jake had a 4-hour lunch / massage / haircut with his dad.
And then I was just working on it all day, so. I don't know.
What would you say?
You don't fucking.
I'm just making you mad.
How long it takes?
Well, you don't let me edit, first of all.
Because you think it's good for Jesus Charlie, but I thought the show was about personal reflection. I thought Weekend Review was about getting me mad.
I can't help but weave that thread into anything that we do together. My whole underlying life's goal is to make everyone who I interact with mad, and then
you really enjoy being a troll. Like the other day when you were fucking with me so hard,
What was I saying? Because I probably wasn't trolling.
You just weren't leaving.
I wasn't. Oh, that was yesterday.
On purpose. Oh yeah, that was yesterday.
Okay, first of all, in fairness, full disclosure, you had just finished smoking a joint, so you were slightly on edge. Because the thing you said to me right as I was leaving, you're trying to make me freak out, and it might have felt like I stood in the doorway for a long time, but I was only there for 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's way too long.
Well,
you're standing there just staring at me.
You don't get to be the arbiter.
Well,
okay?
Wait, stop. Wait, let me do what you did for a second.
Okay, go for it.
For 15 seconds. Is this 15 seconds?
Is this good for? Is this good podcast fodder?
It's up to you, man.
Okay,
it's your show.
I'll rate it. Okay. Okay, so Jake is he's gonna give me a dose of my own medicine right here.
Like you're about to leave. Okay, dude, I'm gonna go.
So far, I feel endearment. I feel brotherhood. I feel connection. I feel sharing. You don't like solidarity with your fellow man?
I don't.
Is that too gay for you?
That's a little gay.
Yeah, it's a little gay, but I mean,
I wasn't trying to be all like that. I told you like I was about to leave.
Oh, did you go, by the way? Did you go to East Atlanta?
Sick.
You weren't that sick. You were smoking cigarettes, so, prioritize your sickness, dude.
I was sick. Sick of you, man.
You were probably sick of me.
Sick of all the same old shit from the day that I was born. I hate everything, everyone. Maybe I should get a gun. Full of hatred, full of scorn. Dude, that's the realest song I've ever written in my life.
Suicide is the life for me. Suicide is the life. Fuck you, down, bound. That's a Lee Harvey Oswald song. Those of you who are diehard Jake and Kenneth fans will definitely know of that band without us having to introduce something from so long ago.
Seriously, that song is one of the closest songs to my heart out of all the ones I've ever written in my life.
More than Zombies or...
Well, that shit, I was just like trying to be funny and just the song I Hate the World is...
I want to die, I want to put a bullet in my head so I don't have to hear your shit.
But even that, I was being a little facetious.
And I won't have to pay no taxes when I'm fucking dead, so maybe I should slit my wrists. Suicide is the life for me.
I was doing two different songs.
Suicide. Yeah, I thought you were doing a Black Flag song at first.
No, the first song, Fucking Sick.
Yeah, but isn't that cool that I mistook that for Black Flag? That's a compliment.
That is really cool. I was listening to a lot of Black Flag.
You like a junior Henry Rollins?
No.
He wrote you an email once, didn't he? Henry Rollins?
Yeah, a long time ago. He's probably written you an email.
He's like, hey, Jake.
Let's say the guy.
How many push-ups can you do, Jake?
Let's just say he talks a lot.
Yeah, he does talk a lot. Any documentary that they even think about having him on, he's like, yes, I'll fucking do it. I'll be there at 6 a.m. I'll kick everyone's ass at 4 a.m.
No, he's like the Kevin Smith of punk rock.
Henry Rollins is the Kevin Smith of punk rock?
Yeah.
Okay, because he's kind of involved in everything, or what? I actually don't understand what that means.
He just talks a lot.
Okay.
I want to do that, though.
You want to talk a lot?
I did something similar to that tonight, I think. Or I just reminisced on
yeah, you didn't go over your set. Is it kind of embarrassing to be so close and review your set? What were some of your jokes you could tell people?
I just talked about a story I remember where this guy was playing a noise show here, and I made fun of noise music for a long time. And I made fun of people that eat sriracha.
Why? I eat sriracha.
I know, but...
I'm about to beat you up. I'm waiting for a good reason.
I ate sriracha, too. I ate sriracha today, as a matter of fact, so...
This is a hypocritical joke, at least.
Yeah, it's exactly. I'm doing a character.
So what's wrong with sriracha?
Well, the joke was that maybe I want to have nourishment and not feel like shit for the next 12 hours. Maybe I don't want to feel the fires of hell every time I eat food. It doesn't make me a weirdo. That makes you a weirdo. I was just saying sriracha is overrated. But
I guess you've never had sriracha. Is that the point? Is that the point of the joke? Because it actually is very pleasurable.
The pain?
The pain. Yeah, the pain. The only reason people like to eat spicy food is because the body compensates by releasing dopamine to counteract the painful effects of whatever sort of what is it? What's the word? It's capsaicin containing vegetable or fruit or whatever you've eaten.
You experience that?
You experience it every time.
Gloves in here. You forget their gloves.
Gloves.
Every other place is like.
So what sort of jokes did you do? You said you got the sriracha joke. It's a fucking classic. You got
the McDonald's thing that I talked about on the show.
With the cat.
Huh?
I don't have to value meal. The McDonald's thing you talked about on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, so the show's not actually released yet, and I actually haven't heard it. So he's referencing something that only he is really privy to. But I kind of remember that.
It's
the mom thing.
Huh?
My mom died thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had it written down as a joke, but I decided to tell it on the show to test it on you covertly.
How did it work? Or
left.
Yeah, no, I meant to say how did it work tonight?
People left.
That's a desired result.
Yeah.
That's all you can hope for.
Yeah, I just I needed to tell it quicker. I was pretty stoned. And that was really the only joke I wanted to tell.
You look strikingly like your dad right now, like a homeless version.
Why did you ever mix that?
Oh man, my dad looks like my brother.
Yeah, but you look like your brother, who also looks like your dad.
Well, if you're a kid, your parents are managing.
You look like my mom.
Yeah.
You do look like your mom, but you look like an uncanny combination of your mom and your dad, as if they somehow fused biological material to make one new person.
Like they fucked and I crawled out of their their spooge.
Yeah, you crawled out of their spooge.
Primordial spooge.
Yeah, some primordial spooge. That's the.
Behind the linen cabinet.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Linen cabinet?
Is that like a communist thing? Is it like a communist allegory or something?
Yeah, I was talking about the cabinet of
John Lennon.
No.
Oh, the cabinet of Lennon. Oh, like. But how do they say that in Russian?
Strotzbauch.
It sounds a little German now.
My roommate.
I was speaking German that time.
Oh, okay. Well, you were translating it? How would you say that in Japanese?
A dick.
Interesting. Okay, I'll remember that. I actually do remember that because the de, that's derived from cabinet, which can also mean.
You forgot the
Oh, you're right.
It's very quick.
Oh, you're right. Because means the negation of, like atom, like autumnal, like not divisible. So it's like
when you elongate the
elongate.
when you elongate the middle sound and make your voice go up, then that's like just how they say words.
If you elongate the middle sound, isn't that called a boner?
Intonation of their what's it called?
I don't know.
I don't know linguistics terms, but
phoneme.
Dick.
Are you talking about a phoneme or some sort of something like that?
I don't know. What's a phoneme?
A phoneme is the smallest. It's actually the atom of language. It's like the smallest indivisible piece of language. What are you looking at, dude?
I'm just looking for somewhere that you can. Let's just go to Sarah's car and you can hook up your shit. You got a USB port?
I do have a USB port. And also, I was thinking I might go to my sister's house tonight because apparently she has your copy of The Green Mile.
Oh, yeah?
Which I'm sure you're desperate to get back.
How did she get that? Oh,
coffee, like the drink.
She bought weed for me one time, actually.
Hey, let's. Come on.
Oh.
Why you gotta say that?
Oh, wait, now you gotta cut something out?
Now I'm gonna have to cut something out.
We were having a conversation.
This is Jesus Charlie. This isn't Jake's weekend review of how you can get heroin from a ne'er-do-well. How are we supposed to get out of here? I don't see if.
We're walking directly through the garden. Is that okay?
I was just following you.
Sorry, I'm an idiot, man.
Do you not know that there's no way out of here?
They used to have an exit this way.
Well, there's a fence over there. Lord.
I'm offended.
I should have known better. I should have known better than to come here, and I should have known better than to push record.
I should have known you were trouble when you walked in.
I should have known that you were trouble when you walked.
Trampled through the garden like a bunch of idiots.
Oh, like Adam and Eve.
Oh, man.
We can go through this fence. Don't be a bitch.
I'm not doing that.
You can't do this? I just attempted to go through a hole that's obviously too small. That's what she said anyway. Do you not know how to hop a fence? Let's just hop it.
I don't want to do that.
Why not?
Okay, let's hop.
Come on, I'll hold your skirt for you. I'll hold your skirt up so you don't get it torn.
I don't know, man. It's kind of wild thing.
I'll hold it or something.
This is stupid. We just go the other way. No. Sorry, man.
You're not going to do it?
Nope. I'm having too many
flashbacks. Too many Vietnam flashbacks.
Getting impaled. From my days as an overthrown Roman emperor in the past life.
Oh yeah.
They impaled me on a huge metal spear.
Is that where spearmint came from? The flavor of spearmint?
Actually, yeah.
Interesting.
I'm an idiot, man.
Why are you so stupid?
I know that there used to be an exit back there, and that's
well, they could have changed it.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, things change over time.
Man, that's stupid.
It could be stupider.
I'm fucking stupid.
You've done stupider things. Like one time you tried to jump a fence.
More stupid things.
You
It's from the outside of my jacket, you guys. Started doing the video. I work.
Not exit. Yeah, that was like severely like that was like the most bashful thing I've ever seen. Can I get my bike real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Or do you like? I mean, I'll just go with you.
Wait a second.
You seem like you want to. Did you lose your key? You have too many pockets, man. There's some keys.
Found them. Found them.
Crisis avoided.
Got them.
I would love to redo that exit you just did.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I don't know.
Hang on. Guys.
See, guys.
You should be like, and that was Jake Cook.
I don't feel like comfortable around the other comics yet. You know,
Is it kind of?
it's all comics.
It's like a fraternity, being a comic.
It's like a fraternity.
You got a bunch of bros, got their beer bellies. They've been there for a couple years. Got some gray hairs. Some of them are pussy pounders, as they mentioned on stage.
They all got beards.
They all got beards. You gotta have a beard these days to be a comic. You gotta stand out.
Yeah, especially if you're gay.
What better way to show you don't give a shit than by making yourself look ugly on purpose?
No better words have ever been said.
Well, I mean, can you think of a better description for a beard than an ugly making machine?
Nary can't.
Nary can't.
Nary shan't.
Canary Estates. Shout out to Lilburn, Georgia, right off of lovely Killian Hill Highway 29 and US 78.
Hey, that's the best of the best.
It's the best. Where are all your friends? Where are all of our people? They didn't come out to see you? Did you not announce?
No, I didn't announce.
You should have announced.
I don't really.
Why wouldn't you announce?
I don't really.
It's like a Seinfeld bit.
I just didn't feel like announcing.
What do you mean you didn't feel like announcing? Jerry, we put $13,000 on this. Where are you going?
Opening the car.
You doing what?
Opening the car.
Do you open all the doors separately?
Well, I'm opening.
Wait, are we going to sit in the car?
Yeah, we should.
Okay. Jeez.
Appropriate, don't you think?
Maybe.
So.
Okay. Jake and I are going to sit in Sarah's car real quick, and I'm going to get the new episode of Week in Review, and that'll be the end of this first clip, and I think the next clip will actually probably just start. It'll be the inside car edition, so here we go. All right, coming back at you. We're inside the car. Jake,
You actually stopped right there?
I did stop right there because I'm trying to make a 15-minute clips so that I can stay on topic.
So you can do the transitions?
So you titled this immediate bro points?
Yeah. It was just something you said during the episode that I thought was...
I said that?
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
You said that, like, Dave Navarro, the fact that he had sex with Carmen Electra gives him immediate bro points.
Oh, well, that's true.
And I just thought that it was like it'd be a nice title.
I do feel that way.
It wasn't a standout clip necessarily, but I just thought that was a cool, I don't know. It's a little Easter egg or whatever.
Yeah. Wait.
What do you think?
I like it. We had talked about a different name.
Oh, what did you call it? We were talking about calling it Hold the Phone. And I didn't remember.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the other one we thought of.
Yeah, whatever. Technicality, no boo, do over probably or something. No boo down boo over. No down boo over. Technicality, no down boo over.
You said that at the beginning of this episode. What does that mean?
That's what Scott Aukerman and Paul F. Tompkins always say.
Technicality what?
When someone says that something was a technicality, they'll interrupt whoever's saying it. It's just like when someone's like, it's been a while, and then Scott will be like, it's been a while.
Yeah.
they're like, it's been.
Yeah.
If someone says technicality, Scott Aukerman will immediately interrupt them and be like, technicality, no down boo over. And then they're like, what? And everyone's like, what the fuck? And then he always says it to Paul F. Tompkins whenever he says technicality. And Paul's in on the joke, so he's just like, he just starts laughing because of the non sequitur it creates.
You don't know what it's about, though?
No, there is nothing about it. It's just something that he does. If you look up Scott Aukerman's Wikipedia page, it's one of his things in his personal life section is that he is known to say technicality, no down boo over, when people say technicality on Comedy Bang Bang. That's just one of his quirks.
That's weird.
Technicality, no down boo over. And then he's like, precisely! Oh.
That's funny.
Okay, I'm inserting the USB device.
Talk about a good show.
Man, it's the best show ever. Oh, I talked to Josh today.
What do you say?
He wants to be on our show, and dude, he had a really good idea for a skit that we could do.
Yeah.
Okay, so check this out. Let me know what you think. By the way, did you get my Google Doc I sent to you for the bit that we're going to write?
I haven't been on the internet today.
Okay, well, I sent you a doc. Please don't smoke cigarettes in here. I didn't bring my mask.
I was going to smoke weed.
Well, don't do that either. I don't feel comfortable with that.
You should get out then. You should get out. No,
let me know what you think about this idea that Josh had, though. Can you... I don't know how to navigate... Well, I do know how to navigate.
How long is it going to take?
It's not going to take very long.
Because I have to drive to the gas station.
Okay, well, what are you talking about? That's not going to take long.
Well, you have to go to the top left corner.
That's going to make the computer go to sleep.
Nope.
What do I do? I'm trying to get to, my computer section. There it is.
Wait, don't.
Wait, you have porn or something?
Well,
You always have porn on your computer that you're like freaking out about.
It's not porn necessarily.
Is it artistic stuff?
It's hard to explain.
Don't bother. Don't bother. I don't care.
Let me help you out with this.
Let me tell you about what Josh said, though.
Okay.
So Josh's idea was that basically he would come up with a concept for a joke, and he would just kind of create it randomly. And during the episode, we would all take that concept of a joke and then pretend that we were doing it on stage, and see who did the best, who had the best improv with that idea for a joke, and then we would all vote on who we thought was the best, but you can't vote for yourself. So someone ends up winning. So it'd be the three of us competing with each other over a concept that had just been created to see who could be funniest with it.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Say that whole thing again.
Okay, so this would be a bit. This would be a segment like Would You Rather, or what's another one that they do? Movie memories. What's the thing that they do on You Talking You Two to Me? Movie. I love movies.
Yeah.
It'd be a bit. So this bit would be, we'd introduce it.
This flash drive is not getting recognized.
What are you talking about?
It's not coming up on my computer.
Can you plug it in a different USB port? Do you have more than one?
Yeah.
It might be formatted for Windows computers, which is bullshit. Goddamn Bill Gates, that stupid idiot.
It's probably formatted for Windows computers.
You can format it if it shows up at all. Just format it so it works with your computer, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Thanks, dude.
But it's not showing up.
Not at all.
Nope.
Technicality ended down boo over.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Let's see.
Do you have any USB cables with you? Do you have your phone charger?
What kind?
You and I have the same phone charger, so if you have your phone charger, I can put my computer, my phone on this, and it'll show up as like a removable disc.
Let's see.
Okay. So do you want me to explain the bit again?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what it would be like. So it's something that's introduced, right? So we explain that Josh is going to come up with a concept, and the rules are he has to come up with it right then. He can't have premeditated it too much, because that would give him an unfair advantage.
Okay.
So he comes up with a concept, and then we all take that concept. Maybe we get 30 seconds to think about what we'd like to do with it. And then we all take turns for maybe, let's say, 2 to 3 minutes, riffing on that concept for as long as we can, trying to make it as funny as we can. And then once we've all gone, we all vote for who we thought was the funniest, but we can't vote for ourselves. So someone has to end up winning, because you can't vote for yourself.
Okay.
So someone will inevitably come up with 2 votes.
You're describing it's like an improv game?
It's like an improv game. Yes, it is an improv game.
It's like exactly like, have you seen me do skirmish?
No.
That's exactly what it is.
They just give you an idea?
Huh?
They just give you an idea, and you have to go with it?
Well, yeah, you have to. They pull topics out of a hat, and you get.
I like anything pulled out of a hat.
4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't have a USB cable.
With Sarah?
She doesn't.
She doesn't? You know that offhand?
Well, because I know because we have the same phone. If it's the same cable you need.
Wait, do you have your cell phone charger, though?
No, I have a USB cable for that, and she had 2 USB cables that she actually gave to me. They're at my apartment, and she has a wall charger, because she used to have my same phone, but she doesn't anymore. She has an iPhone.
It's compelling. So I'm confused. So you're telling me she has no USB cables?
Not for this. Let me see.
No, I would use it for my phone, but...
Oh, sorry. What am I, let me see your phone.
Well, I mean, dude, it's the same kind of USB cable as your phone.
I know, and I'm telling you, I don't...
So what do you need to look at it for? It's like I have to like hit my balls with my phone to get it out, and like it's all tight and compressed. I mean, it's kind of sexy, but... Okay. Look. Oh my god, dude. This guy, Scoop Bop, this guy I used to work with at Whole Foods, his album, Smoke and Maintain, is so fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, man. You gotta...
I'm gonna hit up the gas station, I guess.
Listen to this beat. This is just an Atlanta record, man. It's so, like, it's a perfect combination of, like, 90s hip-hop and, like, early 2000s.
Wisdom, my vision's different than niggas that's kicking they true religion. A student to me
This album is a fucking hit every song. Yeah.
You tell me a lot about it.
I sent this guy a message today when I was at the height of my beer drunk. Yeah. I was like, dude, your album Smoke and Maintain is fucking on point. Every one of your verses is like, it hits really fucking hard. And I said, definitely no coma flow whatsoever. And then I was like, I don't know, I was just trying to give him some props.
Nobody else in this parking lot.
Dude, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get out of here, man.
Okay.
Maybe Lauren has a USB cable, my sister.
Yeah. Well, if she does, they should bike back to Sarah's, I guess.
And I'd bring you the book, and I'd bring you, I guess, the cable.
Well, why don't I just post it tomorrow? It's gonna be late for the first time.
Do you guys have plans? Wink, wink.
I'm not gonna go back to my house tonight.
Yeah. She doesn't have internet at all?
She has no internet.
Do you guys have smartphones with data?
Yeah.
Can you Bluetooth it to the smartphone and then upload it from there?
I'd have to put it on my phone with...
It would only take like 3 hours. Come on. Come on.
What's the big... Let's get to the root of why it's such a big deal.
It's not really that big of a deal.
I know you biked all this way.
I didn't bike that. I biked like 2 miles. I wanted to bike a lot more. Okay, fine. I'll get out.
I'll give you a ride to your bike?
No, there's no need.
Where's your bike?
It's back at Wonder Route.
Well, let me ride you back.
No.
I'm going in that direction anyway.
No, I'm getting out.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
It's hard to make that left turn.
Sorry, you missed it.
Yeah, I wish I'd been here, man. That sucks, because I would have recorded it and then we'd have had some more material of you.
Yeah, I know.
But hey, I'm gonna go see Lauren. I'm gonna get that book for you. And if
What
I get Green Mile, you said the one that you so desperately want back.
Oh, I don't really care about that. She can have it, actually.
I'm gonna go get it for you.
Sure.
And then if she has a USB that's capable.
USB cable, a cable that's capable.
If she has a cable that's capable. This is turning into Weekend Review. Weekend Review. Okay, Jesus, Charlie.
Thanks, man. I totally forgot that we were recording, or else I would have said cool as shit.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll see you later.
I said awesome. You're right.
All right. There goes little Jake. I didn't want to be in his death trap, his stupid little fun wagon. And I'm sure he'll hate me for saying that, but let's just say young Jakey Jake's got a wrecky wreck, and that wreck means record. But at least I escaped before the cigarette smoke went down. And who knows? That may not be the last of Jake that I see tonight. Need to give my sister a call, see if she's home, figure out if she might have a USB cable for me. It's a pretty good recording for tonight. It's different. See you, Jake. Definitely different. Apologies if that was like loud and annoying. It was basically just Weekend Review carryover. But hey, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to go for a walk tonight with Charlie. So it's already Tuesday. I haven't recorded anything yet. And I definitely don't want to fall behind. So, wanted to get out here, go see my friend Jake, do some stand-up. Missed it. And then try to get the new episode of Weekend Review, and my USB doesn't work. So now I'm going to call Lauren, see if she's home. She probably won't be, given the track record so far. Or at least if she is, she won't have a USB cable for me. So I'm going to go figure that stuff out real quick. And I will see you maybe tomorrow. Time will tell. Bye. All right. It's February 4th, I think. Let me confirm that. Yep. About 9:25 p.m. I'm in Little 5 Points, walking around, trying not to look too weird, although I might just fit in all too well around Little 5 Points. Waiting for Lindsay to arrive at the yacht club with her husband and friends. I'm not really sure from what direction they'll be coming from, but there's a chance I might run into them trying to seek a place to do a proper podcasting. But yeah, it's been sort of an irregular week. I usually don't go out successive nights, and definitely not even usually during the week at all, but Monday night did Weekend Review, went over to Jake's place. Tuesday went to Wonder Route to see Jake to get the said episode of Weekend Review so it could be posted, and now here's Wednesday, out again this time strictly for pleasure. To get a beer, have some interesting conversations, perhaps. Grand poorly advised conversations, perhaps, or for sure. And so I'm just trying to kill time right now. Got Ben Folds 5 in my left ear, listening to Where Summer Be song. It's a really good song. If you know it, you know it. But it's a little bit distracting to be listening to music and podcasting. But right now, I felt so led to do both. I kind of wanted to just walk around, listen to music, and kind of get really into it. But then also just podcast and capture what's going on. Because I definitely don't want to get to the end of the week and then kind of homework I've neglected or something, have to do a bunch of forced recordings. Because that would definitely defeat the purpose and probably ruin the clips. It kind of reminds me of something that I'm doing at work now. I'm grading emails, grading the quality of emails, and I have to do a certain amount of that every single day on top of all the other expectations that are set for us. And I sort of am in a minor managerial role where I have to also advise people on how to make email responses good and compelling and fact-based and persuasive, stuff like that. So it's interesting. My role at this company has evolved a lot since I've gotten there, and about a year and a half in, I'm definitely pulling my own weight, I think. But I'm kind of enjoying it too. It's interesting. You get to a certain point where you're given responsibility that goes beyond what was your day-to-day doldrum. And I don't know, for me, I'm kind of rising to the challenge. I kind of like it. It's a little bit of stress. It's interesting. I have more motivation to do the more menial tasks to a higher degree. Take more tickets in terms of number, and also write good responses. So it's interesting. With more responsibility, the more I want and the more I'm enjoying it. Taking a left onto this cobblestone street. Sometimes my legs feel a little bit like the muscles are stretched and a little sore maybe, which would be reasonable to think that that's probably how they always are, considering I've been doing, especially these past few days, 30 plus mile rides, which actually hasn't been too much. I've enjoyed it. I've actually been kind of going on purposeful joy rides, which, thinking about my bike, definitely going to be making sure it's safe where I left it several times. I'm already getting kind of paranoid. I locked it up well, took off the front wheel, chained it to the frame and to the back wheel, so nothing can be stolen, except for meaningless incidental stuff like helmet, gloves, stuff I don't want to get stolen, but stuff that I would definitely get over the fact that they had been stolen. The gloves in particular. Just today, developed holes on the thumbs, in a weird kind of spot, kind of on the inner, where your thumb knuckle is, your second thumb knuckle that allows your thumb to move up and down. There's a hole on the inside of that on the glove for me, which is kind of weird, because I tried to pay attention to my writing style to see what was causing it, but every time I try to do that, I usually get distracted by something else and forget that that was what I was wanting to track. Good song comes on, you're feeling it. Maybe you're having to focus on getting up a hill and you can't think about what your hands are doing. But then maybe those are the exact situations and environments that are causing these types of erosions of all my clothes and everything. But I'm never able to be aware of it when it's happening. I can only think about it after the fact. I get too into it when I bike, which is why I like to bike. It's definitely my main hobby. I think it's the best hobby anyone could have, particularly me. Keeps you young, gets all of your energy out, keeps you healthy, gives you places to go, people to see. It's kind of like taking a small vacation every time you get on it, depending on where you're going and how much you're enjoying the ride. And I'm lucky enough to be able to do that for 24 or more miles a day. So that's a blessing. I don't think I could ever work anywhere that didn't somehow afford that ability into my day-to-day lifestyle. I would take a severe pay cut. I would cut my salary in half and be okay with it if I could continue biking. Like if I had to choose between keeping my salary where it is or biking, I would definitely, without hesitation, be able to answer that 100% correctly, and with every bit of intention the same the moment I said it as 6 months later, thinking back as to whether or not I made the right choice. It's the thing, it's like salvation or something. It's crazy. It's deep, I guess. I never really thought about it that deeply. I mean, I felt it. I've known it's true, and I've known it's truth. But I guess it's another thing to enunciate that. I'm walking up to these lofts right now, these big lofts, bass lofts. Bass lofts. Erica and I wanted to get a place here, but they didn't have anywhere that was affordable, and I don't think they had any spots that were available anyway, so that didn't work out. But in order to keep up the flow, probably should turn around and walk back to the bar. Probably need to check to make sure I don't have any texts too. Let me fish out my phone. She could be here. She could be there. She'll definitely forgive me if I'm late, especially since I'm doing it in the sake of Jesus Charlie. And I've got no texts, and it's 9:31, so it's not like I'm like obviously late. It's like this is we planned for sometime between 9 and 9:30, and I guess, you know, the cool people will show up after the deadline. I was here before the deadline, but I'm also not trying to be cool. Just trying to show up on my bike, listening to Badly Drawn Boy or Ben Folds 5, thinking about where I can go to sneak off and podcast before I go and meet a bunch of people I don't know and drink beer on a Wednesday night, and then very abnormal Wednesday night at that. Walking back now in the exact same path and trajectory that I took to get here. This area is sort of a little dangerous too, like not through and through, but there's very well-defined areas within the immediate vicinity that I would definitely not travel down by myself right now at like 9:30 as a man or a woman. Like, it's just not good. I've heard of people being robbed like a couple blocks away from here, like after going to Starbucks to get like their car stolen when they're pulling out. Some crazy shit. It's ridiculous. I think Atlanta as a whole is gentrifying, which I think is good. I don't have a problem with that, because even if it's not romantic at first, I mean, new stuff never is romantic, but 30 years from now, all that stuff will look pretty cool. And if I'm still here, I'll probably be happy about that, especially if I buy a house sometime soon. With Atlanta on the rise, if I buy a house now and it like appreciates by like 100%, then that's like the best investment I ever made. Could move somewhere else, like a shitty place, like a fix me up or something, a fixer upper, yeah, a fix me up, and I could use that money, that extra money, to make somewhere that kind of sucked and was shitty really cool, and it would be a project. And at that point, if I had that much extra income, I could probably like take a year off work to do it. It'd be pretty cool. I bet my dad could help making a house into a pimp palace. That seems like it's like right up his alley. That would be interesting. I don't think that's going to happen. But hey, it's logical. It's a logically formed argument. There's a yellow Discovery, Land Rover Discovery, and they left their light on. And I was wondering when I passed here earlier, just a few minutes ago, I was like, it's like an older Land Rover, so I'm thinking like probably doesn't have that functionality where it has smart lights that know when to turn off. Like when the power is not engaged, the lights won't stay on even if you turn them on. They'll turn off regardless. But this thing is like on the edge of that, like the era of cars that I would expect to have that kind of technology. This is probably like a early to mid 90s Discovery. So, you know, cars have changed a lot. You see a brand new, what did I see recently? I know I saw a Chrysler Intrepid. People. We'll pause here for a moment. right, it's midnight, February 4th, same night as previous clip. Just said bye to Lindsay, her husband Viraj, and their friend Allie. And now, walking back to my bike, I've had time to sober up, drink alcoholics beverages. So now I guess it's just time for reflection. I'll fill up some more clips. I'm not sure what's going to happen tomorrow, but it's already Thursday. So if I don't start piecing together the show with bits, then it's going to collapse on me all at once. And again, as I've already mentioned, don't want that to happen. But, it was a good meeting. I really enjoyed it. They're going back to watch TV shows. And I guess, I don't know if I'll go for a ride tonight. It's kind of late. It's a little bit chilly out here. When I hung up the podcast last time, it was because I saw these people who were walking by, and I generally don't like to keep recording and speaking if I see people coming towards me, because that's just going to totally ruin the flow. But they told me I had some nice boots on, and I did not have any boots on. I just wear my normal shoes with long black socks. And I do that so that my chain doesn't get stuck in my pants and vice versa. But it was funny because we started up a little conversation. This girl asked me if I feel kind of weird because I'm telling this story, and I just told this story 5 minutes ago, or maybe an hour or two ago, to Lindsay and everybody. It was my icebreaker. But they asked me if I worked at Whole Foods currently. Some girl said it looks familiar, and told them that I had worked there previously, which made them giddy with joy for having made the right memory connection. And I asked her if she made a missed connections post about having seen me at Whole Foods, because a long time ago someone who I worked with had told me that they had seen that someone had made a post about Ponce, the Whole Foods on Ponce. And I guess I was the only one who matched the description that was given. So they're telling me about it and showing it to me. Another person. I think they're just letting their dog out. Yeah, cool. So, nothing ever came of that misconnection, although maybe now I'll try to find an archived version if such a thing exists. Because it would be weird to reach out to that person and see who posted it and to see if it was even about me. I wasn't really interested at the time. I'm not really that interested now, but it would be interesting if I actually went through with it. Not interested now, but the interest would grow if I actually pursued it, because it would just be very strange. Oh, here's that old Discovery, that early to mid-90s car I was talking about earlier. The light is still on, so I can definitely confirm at this point. I can confirm a couple things. One, that their battery will be dead by the morning, and two, that they definitely do not have lights with a self-shutting off capability, because it's still on, and that's very unfortunate. Don't you hate it when you walk by a car or something in this kind of a situation, and you could save someone so much trouble by just opening their door and turning off their light, but you can't do it. You can't open up their door because it's locked, and you'd also have to overcome that awkwardness with deciding to sort of invade someone else's private property without them asking you to, although I'm sure they would appreciate it if you help them out, because that person's gonna be fucking pissed off tomorrow when they're going to work. Thursday morning, they're gonna get out there. Week's almost over. Probably kind of happy. This week to me has felt like it's kind of flown by, so maybe that's the general perception. And they're starting to look forward to the weekend. And maybe they're running a little late already. And then they go to start their car, and it's dead, completely fucking dead. So it would be nice to help someone avoid that. But I I looked at the locks on the car door, and they were all shut. So unfortunately, that person will just have to deal with the consequences of being irresponsible. That's life. Life is nothing but a canvas peppered with irresponsibility and the ultimate either acceptance or denial of whatever sort of responsibilities you've decided to hoist onto yourself, or that have been hoisted upon to you, depending on, I guess, the level to which you decided to accept the responsibilities, I guess. One way or another, it has a physical or mental, or both, toll on you, whether by a lack of action or by the action of action. It just depends. So, getting closer and closer to my bike. It's very sleepy here right now. It seems like everyone's asleep. Like the soft blue glow of TVs in everyone's window. It's pretty nice. That bar we were at, there were people smoking inside. I hate that. I hate being in enclosed areas with cigarette smoke. I really enjoyed the people, though. That's the only reason I stayed. Otherwise, I'd have had no good reason to be there, and certainly no good reason to stay. But those were very cool people. Some of my favorites. Nice to go out on a Wednesday night and do something a little bit different. I'm sure Eric is probably fast asleep at home. I'm sure Charlie is too. That little butt. I'll have to take him out, let him do his business before he goes on to Sleepyland himself, ultimately. Although he usually gets a second wind, especially if I come home after he's gone to bed. He has to wake up to go see who's at the door, rattling, all that shit. So quiet. For such a normally busy and hustle bustle kind of area, it's kind of cool just to see it in the middle of the night on a weekday. Doesn't get much more dead than that. I guess this is what homeless people kind of experience, walking up and down the silent streets, just by yourself, probably thinking, probably wanting things, food, place to stay, someone to make you feel good about yourself, maybe. I don't know. I've got a lot of sympathy for the homeless people, but my willingness to help them out monetarily has waned over the years. I have a lot less willingness. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off before I turn the corner so I can get ready to jump back on my bike. But good clips, good conversations, good people. I enjoyed seeing and meeting all of you, and hope to see you all again. That was Lindsay Virage and Allie. I wanted to say Ellie, but I knew it wasn't Ellie, because Ellie is the Bulgarian girl from Japan, but Allie is the girl from here. So that's it. Bye. It's time for CarCast. It is a Thursday. I'm in the driver's seat. I'm going to the grocery store. And it is February 5th, if I believe that that's true. And I think that that's true. And it's 8:32. I don't have much left, I think, on this Jesus Charlie episode. And I might even be encroaching already on over an hour, which I'm trying to kind of wean myself off of, feeling like that's okay. Because I think it's much more professional to have it at a rounded, 1 hour mark. And it's really cold tonight. It's really cold. I'm in the car, obviously. It's CarCast. Driving to the store, gonna get some groceries. I'm pretty excited because I didn't actually clean all my dishes yet, and I put that off because I want to drink some really good green tea that I got from the farmer's market. It's a loose leaf tea I'll make in a French press, and I want to eat chocolate chips and then maybe eat a few other things too for a later dessert. So this is going to be a Charlie-free podcast. I don't think there's going to be any single clip with Charlie and I both walking somewhere. It's been a very strange week, but definitely enjoyable. I've got someone riding my ass right now. Another reason I don't like to drive. I've got all these fucking assholes out here. And it just doesn't make for an enjoyable drive. But So I'm driving to the store right now. I should be there in like less than 5 minutes or so. God, this guy's like a fucking asshole. Got a new episode of Dicks and Janes. Really excited to listen to. Geez, you know, I thought I would have something more to say. I'm getting kind of self-conscious now. Let's see what happened today. Nothing really. That's the thing. Hold on, I gotta come to a stop real quick. Upon further reflection, I know I really enjoyed last night. I did have to go ahead and wash my clothes because they still smelled like cigarettes, and I'm kind of put off by that smell. I don't mind people smoking, like in an outdoor environment or something like that, but cigarette smoke that's inside and sort of cultivated and kind of washes over you and gets in your clothes and everything. I don't know, something about that to me, it's just after, like the day after, even like later that same night, like it just smells like stale, like rainwater on cloth that collected and then like started to mold and mildew. Just really don't like that smell. And so I'm doing some laundry right now, doing a bunch of like domestic style upkeep things, you know. It's hard to drive and podcast at the same time, but I'm managing. I'm over halfway there. I'm pretty excited about this experience that I'm about to be able to go through. Let's try to make room for this car. But this guy is still riding me. He must be going to the store too. But he's driving like a fucking asshole. He must be going to the asshole store. Actually, no, he must be the manager because it's not like he needs one. He's well trained. He knows how to tell people how to be the most effective asshole. Alright, taking a left and turning on the heat. So hopefully I can warm up a bit. It's freezing cold in this car. It's another reason I don't like driving cars. It's hard to regulate the temperature. It's such a big space, you know. I mean, yeah, once things finally get going, it's easy to warm up, but up until that point, it's kind of difficult to, you know, you have to wait for the engine to warm up, and then that diverts heat to the actual vents and everything. But at this point, it's starting to feel nice. So, take back what I said. It's not the awfulest. It's not the worst thing in the world. Another four-way stop. Got some people making some bad decisions. I don't like it. I'm gonna fucking go. Fuck this. It's unfortunate when someone tries to be nice and the other person they're trying to be nice to isn't receptive of that niceness, especially like a four-way stop situation. Like some guy was just trying to let some other car go, S-car go, and they weren't paying attention, and so like we're all at a stop sign. This guy who got there before me, who has the right of way, is saying, hey, go on ahead. Not to me, but the car that was there before any of us. But the woman who was in the car, which, you know, that doesn't make a big difference that it's a woman, but it was a woman, so I think that it's worth pointing out that this particular person was a man, or a woman, rather. If she was a man, I would have said that it was a man, and I would have called him an asshole. But this woman didn't look like an asshole. She looked like she was just digging through some stuff in her car. Maybe she's lost, she's going home. She is close to like a old people's home. It seems like a predominantly African-American old people home. Old person's home. Old senior citizen home. Home for the aged. Home for the aged and dying. Something like that. So maybe she was just trying to like get her bearings after a hard day at work, and you know, she's at the stop sign trying to make sure maybe she was listening to podcasts, you know, trying to find the right one. To be fair, there was no real rush for her to go because she was in the parking lot of this senior citizen, aged person dying center. And let's cross this quickly. And I mean, it's technically part of the four-way stop, but I mean, it's not a big part of the intersection. It's in the parking lot of the aged center. And that's just about the most irrelevant thing I could think of to talk about to fill the space and the time until I got to this point at this moment. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the car, keys in my pocket, fish out my phone, which contains... Wait, where is my phone? Okay, different pocket. I'm wearing a different jacket because it's laundry day, so I don't have all my things in the usual spots. So if you'll bear with me while I get my headphones on and try to... This is sort of a mess. Don't you hate it when your headphones bunch up? God, I hate that. It's just like... Mathematically, it just doesn't even seem possible, or maybe it's more of a law of physicality, but just like you put them in your pocket and they're not all fucked up when you put them in. But as soon as you take them out, fuck city. Alright. Plugging in the headphones to the receptor. Pulling up the music application. Oh, I talked to Ellie today. That's worth mentioning. Shout out to Ellie if you're listening. She was my friend from Bulgaria who I met in Japan. Sent her an email today after not hearing from her for a very long time. And she responded almost immediately. And that was great. That was an awesome little surprise. And a good little exchange back and forth. She seems to be doing well. Life's challenging for all of us. But I got the impression that she's rising to meet the challenges that life is besetting upon her. But anyway, I have got Dixon Janes pulled up. Looks like this is an hour and 22 minutes episode, and I'm excited. I love that he's extending the pleasure. I got no qualms about that. Like I said, I'm sort of an ascetic, so the longer I can go without having that pleasure that I want, which actually, the episode being longer doesn't make it more pleasurable because I'm waiting for it to end longer, so that doesn't actually work, that metaphor. But anyway, I'm loving the fact that this is an extra long episode, and I think anyone listening to this should go ahead and listen to that as well. Pull it up, Dixon Janes, the most recent episode, episode 495. I don't know what the title is, because for some reason that didn't download, but anyway, do yourself a favor, and I'll be right back. Alright, this is going to be the concluding clip of the episode, and I'm a little tempted to even not record and just keep listening to Dixon Janes, because this is a really good episode and I'm really enjoying it. I listened to 20, maybe 30 minutes of it, and I was able to finish all my shopping, but way before that finished, the Dixon Janes episode. But I want to have a proper ending to this episode of Jesus Charlie, and I think that this last little 5-minute trip back home will be just the kind of icing on the cake that I'm looking for. Let's quickly cross. Alright. So yeah, that was all my stuff's fallen. Very enjoyable shopping experience. I really enjoy that. Erica doesn't really like going shopping, and I understand that because she also doesn't really like to cook, and part of the fun of shopping, I'd say, is the ideas that you have about the food you're going to make after you've bought it. And so if you also can listen to podcasts and stuff and thoroughly enjoy yourself by adding a new element to the actual shopping experience, then it becomes more of a game, a fun game that you're excited to play. And so I'm really looking forward to getting home and finishing up this episode of Dixon Janes while I do the dishes and drink tea and eat chocolate. It's very cold. It's gotten more cold since I think I left the house. It's supposed to get down to the low 20s tonight. And it was pretty warm before that. It was in the high 50s earlier. So another classic Georgia day where the weather is just, the temperature is capricious. I listened to the first episode of Territories today. Another shout out to Lindsay Glass. Lindsay Glass is becoming more and more of a big figure in my life, and I'm happy to have her. She's challenging me, and she's forcing me to think about things differently, and she's a good sort of well-balanced person to have to kind of bounce ideas off of, because I've got a bunch of friends, and we've got history and we talk a lot, and I've never really gone to any of my friends in a time of need or anything like that. I don't think I've reached out to them because I don't know what to do in my life, or I don't know, for relationship issues or anything like that. But Lindsay Glass, I feel like she has got the kind of depth and wisdom and sort of maturity in her approach to life to where talking with her is just every single bit of any conversation we're having is just very, very nourishing to the mind and the body and the soul. And we typically go for long walks, and the fact that she's up for that every week is awesome too, because this is a pretty serious walk. I know she was saying her ass was very sore last time, and I think we walked for about 6.5 hours. So we go for serious walks, we have serious talks, and it's a lot of fun, and I'm really happy to have her in my life and to have her agree to do a podcast project to sort of add to the empire. It's pretty interesting, wanting to be involved more and more with podcasts and trying to find other people who would be interested in having their own show, or maybe, I don't know, at least entertaining the idea. It's interesting to kind of see who will naturally weed themselves out, because like I can think of 10 or 15 people off the top of my head who would be great podcast creators, just the kind of stuff that the conversations we've had in the past, me and other people, just like I've gotten an idea of like who they are and what their mental landscape is like, and so it's like it's interesting to kind of offer them, not like a position, that's kind of a weird way to look at it, but like to offer them an opportunity to, like Jake and I know how to make podcasts. We know how to create them. We know how to, like from start to finish, like not only do we know how to do the content of it, and not only are we well versed in types of podcasts, I guess if that's relevant. We listen to a lot of podcasts, and then that informs our ability to make podcasts. And so like, if someone has a voice and they want to get out there, then we can give them the platform. We can give them a springboard. And that's kind of cool. And it's interesting to see who is up for it and who might not follow through. It's interesting. It's very much so metaphor, a life type metaphor. It's like that thing Joe Rogan is oft quoted for having said, once you understand the way broadly, you see it in all things. And yes, it's true, he didn't say that originally, but he's the first one I ever heard say that. I think it's the guy who wrote Art of War, Sun Tzu. Maybe Sun Tzu said that. Or no, actually, I think it was someone else, some sort of like a sword master. But anyway, I'm very happy to have Lindsay Glass. That's the moral of that story. In my life and in my podcasting family, for sure. Pulling into my complex now. Nice and warm in the car. Gotta give a shout out to Erica for letting me take this little butte out. It's my one weakness. I don't really like going to the store anymore on my bike. I used to, but used to do a lot of stuff. Things happen, things change, time occurs, pressing ever onwards. And so I'm about to pull in to my spot, and this is going to conclude the third episode. Wow, I can't believe the third episode already. Third episode of Jesus Charlie. Catching up with Weekend Review. Let's see. Erica's always talking about how she's really bad at backing in, and I think she's gotten better. Because I haven't seen her do anything bad recently. She used to like get up on the curb and stuff. But I'm a little less than focused right now. But anyway, here we are. Home again, jiggity jig jig. That's my dad, or someone would say. I think it was my dad. Could be both my parents. Thanks for listening. Coming back at you soon enough. Maybe even tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm going out with Erica because one of her friends is having a birthday party, and I'm supposed to be there as the buffer because usually her friends kind of are content to be with themselves, and they don't really require an additional party to be to feel like they're having like a completely fun time. But tomorrow, one of Erica's friends is going to have like sort of an ex-boyfriend there or something. There's murky water. And so I'm supposed to serve as like the male companionship for that guy, someone who I've never met and probably have very little in common with. But, I'm going to take the recorder and we'll see what may or may not come of it. Who knows? Maybe I'll just step outside and do like a quick 10-minute clip or something. But for now, leaving it there. Time to drink coffee, listen to Dixon Janes. Not coffee, eat chocolate and drink tea, which kind of will taste like coffee when it's all combined in my mouth. And I will get back to you just as soon as I can.
You've been listening to
A production of
the Podcast Empire. Spread the word.